Kangpokpi district, where 3 people were reportedly killed early morning. Security sources are saying that initial reports point towards a possible ambush in the village. The incident took place when 3 villagers travelling in a vehicle were attacked near Ireng Naga village. Meanwhile, 23 MLAs have signed a resolution to safeguard the territorial integrity of Manipur. What's more, church leaders are being urged to step in, take more active roles to bring peace in this troublesome time. The conflict in Manipur has been continuing for over 4 months with reports of frequent violent flare-ups. So let's not waste any more time and let me get straight to the point. Why violence refuses to end? And on this, I am joined by Ramanand Singh, Associate Professor, Kirurmal College, University of Delhi. Mr. Singh, yesterday in my program, I was talking about the peaceful protests which were being witnessed in Imphal, where a lot of people were going to lawmakers. So in that discussion, a cursory thing came up, and that was the increasing standoff taking place between different security forces in Manipur, and that being an impediment to a smooth operation. Hence the killing continues. So first I would like you to react as to why this killing has taken place, why sporadic incidents of killing is taking place in Manipur.
Yeah, Karthikeya, thank you so much, and I really appreciate your channel. And more than 4 months, you are continuously following. Even sometimes we fed up to hear all those kind of miscreant kind of incidents happening in Manipur, and it has been happening non-stop till now. And your channel has continuously followed this, and you are tirelessly reporting every issues, every day's incidents to the national media. Really appreciate, and thank you so much for inviting me. First of all, as you have asked me about why still it is continuing. Now the situation is not normal now. There is no peace negotiations between 2 communities, and there is no concrete initiative taken up by the political leaders in the state. Till now, you can't see any concrete step which can be used for negotiation or used for any kind of step to bring back normalcy in the state. Therefore, people who are staying in the relief camps, people are disturbed in their own areas, and people are shifted from their own locations. So therefore, the frustrations among the people and the fears among the peoples and the anxiety among the people is the cause of concern for continuing the attacks. People rather it is increasing in terms of insecurity among the people. So different kind of people involving in the crisis, like armed peoples are more involving in the crisis, whether it is underground groups or whether it is voluntary village voluntary organizations or the defense group. So therefore you can see there's a direct confrontations among the armies and the police also, because they are also cannot control everything. There is a very important and immediate need of peace process, immediate need of negotiation, immediate need of concrete step by the political party or a political organization or a government, so that it can stop. But very unfortunately, that kind of the step is unseen in the last 4 months.
Okay.
Therefore, you will find that every corner of the area, like 2 days ago, there is a firing in the Palel area where the Kaksing districts and the Tenopal districts are joining. And now 1 day ago here, the Kangpokpi, 3 people have killed in the this kind of issue. So that is what is because of the lack of confidence.
You are saying because
lack
lack of political initiative, bipartisan political initiative. But Mr. Haukep, it's really distressing to know that the new normalcy is that you have 3 days of peace and then someone dies because there is an ambush. This is turning out to be far more complex and bloodier than other theaters.
I think we have to go back to what we have said for the last 4 months. There is a total lapse of law and order. There's no law and order for the last uh, 4 months, and we have been discussing that this failure has to be addressed by the central government, since the state is unable to control, or the police is divided on ethnicity, and there is such a deep divide. If we are talking about constitutional mechanisms of running this state, then it should be about this collapse of law and order. People have impunity in killing anyone. So we have to address this collapse of law and order. Unless we address this, and I think the state is not returning to any semblance of normalcy in the near future. So how do we restore normalcy? Since the chief minister is unable to handle this, then there is a constitutional mechanism how to look into this matter. We have been prescribing this, but nobody listens, or the central government, the prime minister, the home minister doesn't listen this, just because they are in the same party. How would the common
Okay,
people continue to
Haukep
work like
Saab,
this?
let me call
So
spade a
just we
spade.
have to
Today,
first.
let me call spade a spade. I'll call spade a spade, but I'm not going to put them on air because of security reasons, the guidelines of the government of India. I'm not going to do that. It has been reported now. Those videos are part of social media. The video, the body cam visuals, everything is available. You must have seen it, Mr. Haukep. Singh Saab, you must have also seen it. General Sivat, something seems to be not working properly. How come in a security grid, standoffs between security elements, between two different security components have increased? I really don't want to get into the blame game, but it has increased. And it has increased significantly. And standoffs have taken place where armed commandos from both sides are staring at each other. A lieutenant colonel also get hit. So why has this happened? I want to know from you. I want to know from you, sir.
You see, the present situation has really become very complex. But we have been talking from the beginning. The first and foremost is the number of weapons which are available within the society. That is the biggest challenge. That about 5,000 to 6,000 weapons which were looted from police armory, and also same number of weapons have also come from Myanmar to Manipur. So the whole environment is the society is charged. And now all these militant groups on both sides have also easy availability of weapons which is there with the society. And they are now fighting along with their ethnic group. Now the point is the distrust and mistrust is only increasing rather than decreasing between both Metis and Kuki. And what happened is that it gives you a false assurance that the peace has prevailed. And after 2-3 days, again, you find some casualty taking place. So the buffer zone has also not worked to the extent which we expected to do. But all said and done, our endeavor from the beginning was until unless you don't disarm the society, until unless you do not have a combing operation and try to take out these weapons from the society, because voluntarily no one is giving them, there are hardly any weapon which has come back. The environment will remain charged, and they are better equipped than even from the police. There are carbines, there are M4, there are also sniper with them, there are machine gun. So with this lethal weapons available within society, and now both the militant groups have also joined them, the environment is totally charged now. And another thing which is coming is that the border between Myanmar and Manipur is still not sealed. There are people coming.
General Sivat, that is one part of it. My question was, you have standoffs between different components of the security elements. I am not going to put them on screen. Those visuals are body armor visuals. The body cams. I'm not going to put them. I believe in responsible journalism. I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to put them. I'm not going to expose the officer. I'm not going to give a face to the police commando there. No, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to. But I'm going to talk about it. That is standoff kyun ho raha? Why is this standoff taking place?
See,
why do they have to announce? Why do they have to announce lower your weapons? You are being recorded. Why this has to take place? Security is one component. Security versus unrest. Why it's disjointed completely.
See, as far as army is involved, Assam Rifle is involved, Central Armored Police Force is involved, I don't think they are partisan. They are taking a very neutral stand. They are very objective. They are trying to do their job which they are supposed to do it. There can be omission by mistake, but they are sincerely trying to bring the situation under control. I can say with a lot of authority as far as Indian Army is concerned, they are the best in the world. The ethics and code of conduct which is followed, I have served there more than 38 years, can say with authority is one of the best. The human right violations are the minimum as for Indian Army, and we objectively operate.
There is no question about the integrity of the Indian Army. My question was not on that. My question was specifically on the standoff. Where the barricade is there, and army had to announce, please go back, lower your weapons.
Because there is the point is that you have established a buffer zone. There is a distrust between both the society. Both are charged. Like very rightly, one of our panelists was telling, there is no peace process which has started off. There are two communities which are still at war. They are trying to fight with each other. For temporarily, you have made a buffer zone and you put them separately. But the moment they get an opportunity, they start fighting again. Now, that's the worst case scenario. And they start fighting because they have weapons with them. In case there would have been no weapon, the chances of their fighting were less. So the question is, one is there is a distrust, mistrust, no peace process has started off. The societies have charged, and the moment any society, part of the ethnic community get an opportunity, it attacks on the other one. And the militants, which were otherwise banned, now they are moving freely with the society, and they have readily available weapons they are now using. So point is, I am sure the government is trying to control the situation, but things are not falling in place, and that is the cause of worry. Both the highway which are there, they are also blocked. The things are not coming. The essential items are not coming.
Okay.
Manipur government is trying.
We'll take up that other debate. One of our YouTube on a chat box, people are saying, Mr. Singh, that the firing started in the Imphal East area, and he says that it started at Gwaltabi area of Imphal East. So people, they can say anything on YouTube. People can say anything on YouTube. Who is involved. But the fact of the matter is that the information where and how it starts spreads. People talk about it. Mr. Singh.
Yeah, are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah. See, at the moment, if anything can be blamed on each other, because everybody knows that both the groups or the civilian or voluntary defense organization or groups has some kind of arms or maybe some kind of local weapons or something like to defend their own areas. So if some village are attacked by someone, or even there might be some groups disagreement between them, anything happen, one can blame on one another. For example, I have heard that there are disagreement between Kuki Joe community in Chusampur districts and Kangpokpi district, where they can fight among them. So similarly, the same kind maybe happens in the Meitei community also. Now, one community may talks about the inter-conflict between them. So there are blaming and blame game is going on. from last 4 months, this is one thing which people used to do. If other groups are killed, other community will be blamed, and the one group, the Meiteis, are
Mr.
killed.
Singh, today there was a release. In response to the concern over the potential misuse of jackets, vests and stickers bearing the word press during the ongoing law and order crisis in Manipur, the state government has taken decisive measure to regulate the use. The misuse of such identifiers by the unauthorized individuals has raised apprehension about security and credibility of reporting related to the crisis.
Yeah, there is a commissioner of the police whom Mr. Ranjit has given order to everyone. That may be a possibility in every situation now, because people are so much frustrated, and people may use the position, whether the pass or the protections of the press, and entering to the area, they can use any kind of mechanism to enter into any zone, whether it is in the belly area, or whether it is in the the tribal areas, or you can say the hill areas. Even people are alleged that many people are roaming around with the army uniform. Even the many people are roaming around in the police uniform also. So there are so many narrative and so many kind of things can be happens randomly. That shows that there is no check and balance in the state. There is no questions of identification. There is no questions of checking in the hill or in the plain. Main problem is there is no communication or coordination between the forces, whether it's a central force or whether will be the state force. So in between there is no check, security check or identifications in the whole valley, in the whole hills.
Mr.
That is
Hawkins,
the
is it
big
correct?
problem and concern for the
Is it correct? Lack of coordination?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Hawkins?
That's why the confrontation is there. Why the two forces which are there for protection of the people, civilian in the society, are fighting each other? I am telling you, there are a lot of examples. Kartike, you have seen that from the beginning on the starting May, there are confrontation between Assam Rifle and Sugnu police. There's a confrontation in a Kangpokpi area. There's a confrontation in Palen area where you have already quoted. There is ultimate fighting was started between the Assam Rifle and the Manipur
No,
police.
that is
Why it is
why
happening?
that is why today I thought that is why I thought I'll take up this topic today. That every fourth day you have a sporadic, unconnected event of killing, ambush, violence, people getting hurt. But the fact of the matter is the coordination on the ground is wanting, isn't it, Haukib?
Definitely, why talk about coordination when they are confronting one another? And if you look into the situation right now, we have been creating buffer zones, right? Buffer zones between the valley and the hills. And in order to maintain peace, both the groups are asked not to venture into the other side of the buffer line. And today, the valley groups, they have crossed this, or they have broken this principle and ventured into the hills and even killed 3 people now. And if the law and order mechanism is working, the police should investigate and find out who are the perpetrators. So this has to be solved in order to start some semblance of normalcy. Otherwise, it's about tutu meme, the same thing that happens, because the police, right from the beginning, have been divided, and many video evidence shows that the police has been siding with one community, and that's totally unacceptable, and they have been a part of this violence instead of protecting the defenseless civilians. In many cases they have been involved in the kind of arson and violence. So if we are talking about law and order, then we have to go back and look into all those issues, and we have to call all those police officers who are involved in it and take actions. Otherwise, without such kind of accountability, then law and order is a fragile in Manipur. and the situation will continue to happen this way with this kind of impunity
There
that
are
has been
bright spots also. There are
as
bright
well as the
spots also, Mr. Haukim. I'll show it to you. A lot of people say that things are not happening. There's a joint operation by Assam Rifles and Manipuris, which was launched in the general area village Kholmun in Churachandpur, and they recovered a cache of weapons, 10 weapons, M4 assault rifles, 9mm carbine, 2 single barrel rifles, 4 9mm pistols to improve mortar ammunition, and warlike stores were recovered. So this is the joint operation of the Manipur police and Assam Rifles. It's a good beginning, because ask me, I'm sick and tired of standoff visuals, and now at least this has happened. If I've been putting all the news, I think it's my responsibility to put this news on air. But something is working. At least milke to kaam ho raha hai. So if you report the other side of the story, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, because when I do that, a lot of people send me these things and I put them on air just to say, because my show is interactive. Yes, I'm putting it on air. This is the joint operation by Manipur Police and Assam Rifles, and they have it has yielded result. General Sivaji, what? Haukimji, yeah, you go on,
yeah.
then I'll, yes.
Yeah, as you have indicated, the joint operation is walking in the hills. Then why did it not happen in the valley, where more than 4,000 arms and ammunition, 5 lakh of it has been not recovered? Let them have a joint operation. Why police in the valley is not cooperating, always fighting with the Assam Rifles and other paramilitary forces? This is the question that has to be posed. This is the serious question. If they cannot work together, how can they restore law and order in the valley? So, like the Assam Rifles and police, Manipur police in Churachandpur and other places working together and recovering, arms and ammunitions which the civilians has in position, they should try to recover all those arms and ammunitions. And regarding the so-called SOO groups that has been always alleged, they are under certain rules with the government of India and Manipur, and they can be taken to task. They can be asked. They can be restrained in their camps. So that's very clear. So we have to look into how law and order works in the valley, because
Okay.
that's the majority of the attacks, the majority of the impunity happens in Imphal Valley.
Okay. General Sivachi, and then Dr. Singh, you. General Sivachi.
See, the point is that the unified command is basically been working, and now though it is not working under army commander, but it is still working, and this has got organs, it has got all forces available, whether it is army, Assam Rifle, Central Armed Police Force, and also the Manipur Police. Now, if they are conducting a joint operation, I think that is what step in the right direction. That's what we have been also suggesting, that there should be a joint operation which should be conducted, and all these weapons which are still at large must be procured back. And what the information which you are feeding us, I suppose it is a step in the right direction. But the allegation which have been put by my co-panelists, that is it happening in one side only? I suppose it has to happen both sides, valley also as well as hill, and the completely the area should be sanitized. Coordinate search operation to be done, combing operation need to be done, and this weapon has to come out of society. The moment the weapons will come out of society, you find the violence level reducing tremendously, and then the peace talks can prevail. And also seal the border between Manipur and Myanmar, so that no new weapon can come. See, if this is done over a period of time, you will find automatically violence level coming. And irrespective whether it is hills or plains, there has to be coordination, cooperation between all the organs of unified command, including police, Assam Rifle, army, and the other paramilitary force. I think they are now moving. They are trying to now have more unison. There has to be more coordination, and they are trying. This news of recovering these weapons is a very
General
positive
Sivaj,
side, very encouraging, and must carry on.
This is very encouraging. Yes, this is very encouraging. And I always say, if I'm showing one side of the news, I will show the other side of the news. And I'm showing this news that Manipur Police and Assam Rifles jointly carried out this operation. Maybe other operation must have missed my eyes, because I remember 2 months ago there was continuous debate, Assam Rifle versus Manipur Police, this and that. But then we have this press release by them that they have done it jointly, and I congratulate them. There is one such, I know Mr. Singh, you want to come in. One of the commentators have a question, and I'm sure he has it for General Sivach. He says, solution is to remove all village defense volunteers. No civilians can be allowed weapons in any condition, both sides. What sort of a suggestion is this?
No, this suggestion has got a lot of meaning. What they are trying to convey is that in case the village defense council has got weapon, they are being used against the other one. But the question comes is why there are weapons with the village defense council? Because they feel that they will be attacked, and to protect the village, they have got these weapons. So the moment you start taking out these weapons from both sides, then there won't be requirement having a weapon in the village defense council, and everyone should be taken out. My point is, from day one, I'm telling that if you have weapon in the society is charged, and they very difficult to now bring peace. The moment you do cordon search operation, the way it has been done by Assam Rifle and Manipur Police, which is step in the right direction, and if these weapons are withdrawn from the society, you will find the violence level reducing, and then the confidence building can be there. Confidence building measure can be taken. Peace talk can be there between both the communities, and the church can be also involved. So I suppose that is the way to go forward. To me, it looks like that they are start working. There is more coordination, cooperation between Assam Rifle and police. Remember, anyone who is operating, who has more intelligence is the police. But they have to be objective and unbiased, because they are operating there. And Assam Rifle also to some extent has got local intelligence, because they are also operating not only against the militants, but they have some sort of information. My take is, take out these weapons, do cordon search operation, and also try to now go after those militant groups on the both sides. Those militant groups which were sitting idle have got activated, and they have weapons available with them. So I suppose the requirement is cordon and search, combing operation, get these weapons, seal Manipur and Myanmar border, try to bring peace, have more confidence building measure, let the two societies, communities sit down together, work out a peace plan, and also involve the religious teacher both sides. I suppose that is a step in the right direction, and that's the way to go. Have a milestone.
Village defense volunteers, should they stay or not?
As of today, they will stay because they are still worried, because they may be attacked. But as and when you start getting weapons out of the society, then take it out from them also.
Okay.
But today, if you will take
Fair
it
enough.
out, they feel that their village will be attacked. Who will protect them?
So
we should be practical in handling this.
Okay. Ramanand ji?
Yes, I totally agree with the General Asani He has kept very clearly. One is the sealing of the border is very, very important. Another is disarmament of the groups which are involved. The problem is the one other group which are operating in the hill is under shoe. So therefore, there is a apprehension. I am not 100% sure, but there is apprehension that they have been protected under the shoe agreement. And whereas in other side of the group, where in the Meiteis, where there is no shoe. In terms of civilian, even sometimes for the aggression, the Assam Rifles, attacks recently in the Palen, where the 2 civilians has been killed. One of them is very close to my house. The person who belongs to that area is totally unarmed, and he was shot at the head. And one person who dies shot at the chest. That kind of the action is very, very important to notice, and that kind of the things should not be done and by the arm the Indian Army, because that will create a lot of problems. And
I think he has an objection. General Sivach, you wanted to come in?
Yeah. See, what I was trying to convey is that he's bringing very good point. The issue is, as far as first of all that suspension of Operation Jasoo. Their weapons are still intact, because there were 2 keys. One key was with them, one key was with administration. These weapons have not been looted. That's what we have been told. As far as those militants are concerned, I don't think they are under some protection. If they are getting weapons from some sources and they are not trying to...
Is it correct to say, General Sir, weapons are coming from Myanmar? Is it correct to say, or Bangladesh? Cross border?
Yes, it has come. It has come. Yes, please understand. There are number of weapons which have also come from Myanmar and also from Bangladesh. So that's why we are trying to convey, seal the border, don't let it come. But those weapons which are already there, they must be taken out from both sides. Until they are not taken it out, you will not find the violence level coming. But what my fellow panelists were telling, that sometime while operating, you may take action which may prove to be not correct. But no one wants to kill a civilian because there are very strict. These areas are not under Armed Forces Special Power Act, and therefore one has to be very careful. There is a demand that if you have to operate objectively, that please bring Armed Forces Special Power Act. But that is not going to happen. You have to operate without Armed Forces Special Act. You have to be very, very careful because this requires a highest level approval. But what I am saying is, please operate, coordinate between all the organs of security forces, have more joint operations between police, Assam Rifle and Central Armed Police Force, and try to get these
I
weapons
think
outside.
you have used the most important word, on which I started, jointness. Singh Saab, I'll come to you. Jointness, yes. Mr. Haukip has raised his finger after a long time. He has been a patient listener. Aap boliye, but jointness is the key. Today we see the first sign of jointness. Joint Manipur Police, Assam Rifles operation.
I just wanted to point out and supporting the General Saab, because that is what I wanted to tell. The such kind of things happen, then they should call for the local police to involve and coordinate with them, so that there should not be a misunderstanding. So that is what was like in the few days ago's incident. But the proposal which General Saab is saying is absolutely true and absolutely correct, and it is urgently need. The joint operation, joint confident build-up is required among the forces, so that such incidents should not repeat it. That is what I want to place with that. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Haukip, Sivat Saab, abhi aapke paas aata hu. Mr. Haukip has been very patient. Mr. Haukip.
I would like to ask a question to Dr. Ramananda, that the two civilians who were shot dead by Assam Rifles, what were they doing in a place where there is full of riots? As you have witnessed, 3 Kuki villages were burned down, in Palel area, and it's the mob who has been, defying the orders, warnings given by the Assam Rifles, and they burned down, several villages in Palel area. And what were they doing among the mobs?
See, I just want to respond to Haukip, sir. See, there are 2 things you have to, concerning to the same incidents where in the Palen. Where the killing happens is on the main road, where the Palen and the Kakching has joining. And the burning has happened backside. The person was killed, was stopped. The group, or you can say the Myra Paibis and the local volunteers, come for the protection of the area, which is the Palen. The local Meitei people are staying there. Their houses are burning, so they come here to protect. So then the Assam stop them at that area, and they are saying that they let them allow to go to defend these houses. And in the other side, the firings happen. That is not the side where firings happen. Firing is in the back side, where the Tenopal district and the Chandel district, the crossing there is there. So that side was the firing happened between miscreant or the army or force, and this side is the only civilian were coming. But they wanted to protect the houses which are burned by the Kuki people. So that's why they are coming there. This civilian has
there are no reports.
Okay.
No reports
that is what I am talking about.
I don't think there are reports that Meitei houses are burned. The Kukis are attacking, Meitei houses. But there is a curfew, right? There is a curfew. Why in curfew public is coming out of their houses? That is the question.
See,
why do they
that was happening? There was happening at 4 o'clock. There was happening. Firing was happening at 4 o'clock. the miscreant comes from the other side, because it's joining only just divided by the one road. The Meitei house is in the western side and the Kuki house in the eastern side. And the miscreants come to burn the three house in the Meitei side. Then they have started killing. They started firing, and that side is beside the BSF came, and your Asarpan came, and the people coming from the north side towards the south, and two directions are different. Let me tell you. So you expected that there might be some kind of insurgent or some kind of underground. There is no question of that. There are civilian, because every communities want to defend their own land and own house at this moment of, from both sides. I'm talking about Kuki people also and Meitei people also. The same thing is, that kind of things happening. Only point here is the action taken by the Assam Rifle should be at least control in the both side. I am not talking about, people said Assam Rifle is the friend of Hill. It's not because Meitei should not be defended by the Assam Rifle. Hill, because Manipur is considered to be a hill state. That's why it is said it's the friend of the hill. But Kuki people consider that Assam Rifle is a friend of only Kukis, because they are living in the hills. That is mistaken by the many people in the Kuki communities.
That is your assumption. The Assam Rifle so far has been trying to maintain a kind of neutrality to both the communities, despite the Manipur police being seen engaged in this kind of violence. And I don't really find the logic of the people, the crowd protecting their own houses, because if I have not heard about certain Manipuri houses being burned. But if it is the case also, why don't you leave it to the police and to the Assam Rifles to tackle that situation? Why the crowd has to defy CRPC, that has been imposed, and come out in public and get, eventually being shot by the security forces? That's the question. Leave it to the
you are justifying the killing of the people by the Assam Rifle. That should not be the debate of this. If Assam Rifles are controlling and they are defending the entry of the people, that can be done by any law, by given to the Assam Rifles. But the shooting to the people, if blank fire is okay, but you are
saying, Mr. Hauke, today we can say that it was a joint operation and we can celebrate it. There have been difference of opinion, there have been different views on it, there have been debate on jointness. It is for everyone to see. Those visuals are available, the body cam visuals are available, wire visuals are available, spare core visuals are available, lot of visuals are available. Everyone knows everything. Not everything is put on screen because of national security reasons, IT guidelines, information broadcasting guidelines. Not everything can be put there because ultimately you can't give a face to every soldier unless and until the institution wants that soldier to have a face. It will have a national security implication. It's as simple as that. Or else, I would have just thrown every visual on screen. I know 700 viewers more, but that's not good journalism. But yes, we can debate about it. But today, something good has happened. I think it's a damn good operation they have done. And I'm very happy that today, this shows that the jointness has started to appear, isn't it, General Sivaj?
Absolutely correct. My point is, this is the right step. The moment a jointness will start, who has got the intelligence of the ground is the local police. And the moment they start cooperating and coordinating with Central Armored Police Force, Assam Rifle and Army, you will find the result coming. And though I agree, both the panelists are now trying to justify the action taken by their side, because the reasons are very obvious. But environment is charged, and that's why it is happening.
Sir, not everything. Srivastava, I will give you more good news. It's not everything charged. The Meitei Kuki boys from Manipur break hostility wall to lift SAFU U16 football trophy. I wish I had the visuals. Two boys from Manipur, a Meitei and a Kuki, made India proud when they clinched the South Asian Football Federation SAFF Under-16 Champion Trophy with two outstanding goals despite ethnic conflict still raging in the state. Of the all-out 23 players of Indian crew, 16 are from Manipur. Among them are 11 Maitis, 4 Cookies, and a Maiti Pangal.
Absolutely, very right.
They got India Cup. If our boys under 16 can do it, I think men and women over 26 can do something.
But
talk to each other.
Very correct. Very correctly said. If the Indian team is represented by mainly by the Manipuris, irrespective whether he's a Kuki or Mati, it's a matter of pride. And now there is a requirement to understand this. I suppose a lot of positive things are coming. One is this joint operation. Second thing is forgive about this violence, which is a madness. Now let the both communities come together. And for that, I have been telling, take out these weapons out of the society. This is a poison. Unless you don't take out these weapons on the small point, the violence start erupting. And the second thing which is happening is seal the border. Third is the drugs are still coming. That is what we heard. The drugs must be stopped because drug is again a part of a problem, not a part of a solution. I suppose now the government is taking some control, and the sign of jointness when it comes, then this will bring result. There can be aberration, investigation can be there, action be taken. Remember, they know Armed Forces Special Power Act. They can't be action of human right violation. They have to be very, very strict, very, very, careful about it. But I am very happy the way the joint operation started off, and also very good news that the Manipuri boys have done extremely well representing the Indian football team, and they are both Mathis, also Cookies. I suppose this send a very good message, and positive response must come from the people. This is just a madness. This should stop. People should start having faith and coordination and cooperation. They have been staying here for years together, from centuries together. They are part and parcel of this culture, and they are inseparable. If you talk about Manipur, you talk about Mathis, you talk about Cookies, you talk about Naga. They are all part of Manipur. And in Manipur, if has to survive, all three communities have to do well. And I suppose with this joint operation and with this good news of coming of Mathis and Cookies and Joe representing Manipur and also representing the country, I suppose it's a very good news. You'll start good news for
your comments on Manipuri boys doing so well, getting laurels for India.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy about it, and we are known for the diversity and unity, and unity and diversity. And Manipur has been, known for the 35 ethnic groups. We are happy about it, and we do happy about for the future news also. But therefore, we don't want, breaking of Manipur. We want integrity of Manipur intact. We should live together. There's no question of separation. So separation demand by the other groups should drop and try to come in front for the negotiation. Let us talk, let us discuss, negotiate it, and whatever you want, whatever we can help, whatever we can do for you, we can do that, and it should be done in peaceful and harmonically, and that is the way out.
Okay.
The solution is that.
Okay, Mr. Hauke, what do you have to say? The Safu Cup, 11 Maithis, 4 Cookies, and 1 Maithi Pangal, they got us the cup.
Of course,
they got us the cup.
Kind of message from this cup, this trophy, because the captain of this team, Mr. Namgohao Mate, is from a Kuki community, and one of the goal scorer during this cup, Lewis Zhang Inlon, is my own blood brother Hauke. So they are contributing so much to the nation, and we can contribute, in every sphere of sports. If there is peace and with tranquility and respect for minority rights in Manipur, which we have been fighting for the last so many years. And out of this discussion, I have 2 points to make. Firstly, as shown by the Churachandpur police and the paramilitary forces, the Assam Rifles, in a joint operation in Kholmun and recovering, huge arms and ammunition. That sets an example regarding the coordination of Assam Rifles and police in terms of intelligence and joint operation, that has to be replicated in Imphal Valley, where both the security forces should work together in recovering the more than 4,000 arms that has been handed over to civilian population and more than 5 lakh ammunitions. So that's that poses a huge security threat, and the concern of the chief minister should be on this. Coordinating the Assam Rifles and the police to recover these arms and ammunitions. And secondly, regarding today's incident, I think there is a breach of certain, conduct, that is crossing the buffer zone by valley-based groups into the hill areas and murdering 3 Kuki civilians from Kangpokpi district. That has to be investigated if peace has to return to this state. Who are the perpetrators? Who are, they should not, people should have this idea that they cannot commit crime and, go off with impunity. Unless, such kind of punishments are given to people who commit crime, kill people, then I think this violence will continue. So the first effort of the Imphal West Police should be to nab all those people who are involved in this crime and punish them as per the law of the land. So that's the 2 things that we can take away from today's discussion. And I congratulate the team India under 16 football team for winning such a huge cup and bringing laurels to the country. And on top of that, 16 of them were from Manipur, and we are very happy about it. And if there is peace and tranquility, if there is infrastructure justice,
Mr. Haukip, I completely agree with you. I agree with you. Mr. Haukip, I agree with you. There has to be accountability. Any act of murder and arson needs accountability. That is the job of the modern state. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with General Siraj when he says that this joint operation by Assam Rifles and Manipur Police is the way to go. And I also completely agree with Mr. Singh that people want peace in the state, and the commotion is not only because you have difference of opinion. The commotion in the state is also because people want to go back to normal life. Everyone wants to resume normal life. But I think what the boys from Manipur has done is an example to every Manipuri civil society member or from the state. The boys could do it. These are Kuki and Methi boys which have made India proud. They won the SAFU U16 football trophy. When they played, they were not playing like Manipuris, Kukis and Methis. They were playing like Indians. And when these boys played like Indians, they got us the cup. So I think everyone should play like Indian in Manipur, and I think we will have our solution. We've got to play, behave, eat, sleep, get up like an Indian, and I think the other things will follow. And I think these Kuki boys are the real heroes. I wish I can get them to my program. I wish I can make them sit in my studio and talk to them. How did you play together? What did you have in your mind? How did you see each other? Did you think that you were giving a pass to a Methi boy? Or did you think that on your pass a Kuki boy, pushed the ball inside? My point is, if the boys can do it, everyone can do it.
Pakistan is actually genociding Baloch people. So being Baloch is a crime. If you are a Baloch, it means in the eyes of Pakistan, you don't have any right to live.
The Chinese and Pakistanis are colonizing the Baloch and exploiting their resources.
The Baloch armed struggle will continue unless China withdraws, Pakistan military withdraws from Balochistan, and give Baloch complete authority to decide for themselves.
The Baloch feel that if they don't act now, they will become marginalized.
What lies ahead for Balochistan?
Balochistan